And welcome to the shit. I can't do this. My voice has been gone for a week. I need to call on a professional. Diamondz, will you please do the
Welcome to the Confound Millennial with Steven, Sturvin, Michaels, and Diamondz, featuring
Phinehas or Phinehas or Phinehas, whatever you want to pronounce them as. I am glad we had that conversation about how to pronounce your name. Just throw it out the fucking window.
Say them all.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, he said them all. That's great. I love it. So at least he didn't add Ferb into it, you know? Because a lot of people are like, Phineas and Ferb, or, oh, it's Phineas, where's Ferb? And I'm very original with my jokes, that type of thing.
Anyways, I hear them all the time.
And send out your guitarist with a Ferb mask from like Disney World or something, like one of the mascot heads.
Dude, he's actually like an avid Disneyland goer. Like him and his wife have passes, so I could probably get him to do that. Is Phineas and Ferb? They are Disney. That's right. Yeah, yeah. He could probably find something.
Have you seen the Avengers Campus?
I haven't yet, man. I haven't.
Man, I want to see
it. So
I haven't been in years. So
tell us a little bit about Phineas, other than Phineas and Ferb.
Okay. What would you like to know?
I would like to know for the fans that are just now figuring out who you are and might not understand what the band is, how long the band has been a band, and what kind of genre you consider yourselves.
Okay. So Phineas has been around. Let's see, I joined in 2007. The band had been around for a couple of years prior to that. Been around for a long, long time. Started touring in 2009. Released our first EP in 2008. First record 2011. We would just describe ourselves as metalcore. Some people have a dislike for that, word. I don't completely get it because I think it's awesome. I like metalcore. I'm a metalcore kid. I love Haste Today, As Lay Dying, Unearth. There's a lot of bands, and a lot of it is like the early 2000s that, I feel like was metalcore's heyday. And that's, I don't know. That's the type of music we want to write. And so we just do,
Hell yeah.
What's up?
What's the earliest metalcore that you can recall?
I'm
trying to understand the genre beginning, right?
The genre beginning, so the people who are commonly hailed as the fathers of metalcore would be At the Gates. And they're from like 1994.
Okay.
Right? So they're like
nice.
like way before. I mean, our type of brand, there's a handful of bands that kind of came out after that kind of, evolved from that. So,
well, you always want to be different than right. Cool. So like White Zombie kind of paved the way for that kind of thing, or Rob Zombie, or that sort of deal.
I'm just curious. Make Whitesnake and Rob Zombie and make it into White Zombie.
Thank you. I'm not very familiar, but I'm trying.
Okay.
Yeah, we got Diamondz in as the he's the average Joe.
Okay.
That, he stands in for the listener that may not know what in the hell we're talking about. And honestly, often don't know what the hell we're talking about, but I just love to be here talking about music, man.
Hell yeah. I love
Just
that.
got listening to a bit of The Fire itself, and I gotta tell you, man, it's hardcore as fuck. I love it.
Sick. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, from what I heard, the last album you released was in 2017. Is that correct?
Yep.
Other than the obvious of COVID, what have you guys been doing since then?
That's kind of a long time, huh? It's 4 years. Yeah. So we've been. I feel like we had been pretty consistent in releasing a record every 2 years up until that point. So a couple of things happened. Our guitar player actually joined a band called Fit for a King. Me and my family actually moved cross country from Iowa to California, and our drummer was playing with like Moz to Flames for a while, and our bass player was locked in his basement playing video games for a while. So that's pretty much what everybody was doing, and it just, and then COVID hit, and then everything just went to crap, right? So it just kind of slowed down the process, whatever. And even if we had this record ready to release at the beginning of 2020, like it would have been a horrible call to release it, So I guess it's like another 2 years. So.
Yeah, but that's what happens, man. Hey, we're here. You got this new album coming out. I want to say 27th of August. Is that correct?
Did you say August?
Yeah.
Yeah, August 27th.
So what you have one single out so far from it.
Mm-hmm.
What single are you most excited about letting the world hear?
As far as singles go,
like that.
As far as singles go, it's going to be this next one. It's called Eternally Apart. It's
that's a good one.
It's one of my favorites on the record. It's very Phinehas-y, but it's also got enough of like a different twist to it. I don't know, man. Like we're not this band who tries to like eternally like one up ourselves as far as like, what, instead of tuning to drop F on our last record, we're gonna drop to drop FU, like we're not trying to like constantly like, I don't know, like in a sense we're trying to one up ourselves just with like becoming better songwriters and becoming like sure there's a technicality aspect of it, but our last record, Dark Flag, I feel like had some parts to it where, I mean, it was just a little too technical, and we're like, I don't think that's really us. I mean, we're all about like the groove and like what we can make you feel while being technical, and there's a lot of bands who do that out there who, they can do it really cool in like a 7-8 time signature and stuff like that. And I don't know how to head bob to it, but like a huge influence for us has been, yes, exactly like that. Huge influence for us has been like groove metal, so like I love just straight double kick in a 4/4 pattern, 4 on the floor. Like it's sick, and you
gotta be true to yourself for sure.
Yeah, and dude, if you don't like the music you're writing, then stop doing that, So yeah, man, that's where we're at. But Eternally Apart, man, it's got some, I don't know, just from beginning to end, I feel like that song is kind of a journey, and I really appreciate that aspect of that song. And the lyrics are important to me as well, and I feel like they're relevant for, whatever the hell's going on in the world today. So, yeah.
And from what I was seeing, they were, They say that with this record, you really, you guys took time to look at yourselves and look inward for inspiration for the lyrics.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, some of that's intentional, some of that's not, you know, because any dark thing that you've kind of been through in the past however many years kind of got exacerbated by COVID, right? And all of, like, pretty much people all across the world had whatever lockdown amount of time to look in the mirror, figure out who they actually are at home, whether they like themselves or not, whether they hate themselves or not. Like, there's I don't know. It kind of brings to light some things, you know, that you may have done or you may have thought behind closed doors, you know, where you really kind of got to grapple with it, and there's nowhere to go, so it's not like you can escape it. That, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of people who had that experience through the pandemic. Like, this album isn't about the pandemic, you know, it's about, you know, being a broken human being. But I mean, if you got thrown into the pandemic being broken, I mean, it wasn't a good time for you, you know?
No.
And so, here I am, you know, a year later, having been in therapy, and am not quite out of the woods yet, but I would say I'm doing a lot better. You know, life just sucks sometimes, man, and stuff happens that, like, you can't control, and you don't know how to cope with it, and that your coping strategies aren't up to the task, man. And you know, you get put in positions that you don't want to be in, and that you wouldn't wish for your worst enemy. And you know, that stuff happens. So that long look in the mirror I got to have, you know, and I'm still, you know, trying to grapple with what I see in the reflection, you know. So,
you know, that happened for so many people last year, and, you know, you're preaching to the choir, man. I had that look in the mirror in a fucking jail cell last year. Like, and then, you know, therapy, I've been going to therapy all this past year, and that has helped so much. Like, to anybody, I don't care who you are, I don't care what problems you think you have, everybody could benefit from a little therapy.
Dude, I absolutely agree with that. Absolutely. You don't got to go through something to go to therapy, man. You'll find stuff that you're going through that you didn't even know about. Like, it's a trip, man. Like, if you're honest with your therapist and your therapist is honest with you, man, it brings some stuff to light, you know, and it definitely,
like, I thought I had like a bunch of anxiety and depression, which I do have that, but I figured out most of it was PTSD. Like, I didn't even think about that. I thought that was just for soldiers and stuff, you know? And then she was like, nah, you're messed up. I'm like, all right, let's move with that. Let's work on it. And, you know, it had gotten to the point where I couldn't barely go outside. Now I'm starting a job this week, and really excited about that. You know, just the little things like that had become so difficult, and just therapy helped me, even though, yes, it took about a year of it. It's got me through it, you know, that, and looking inward and being honest with yourself.
Dude, yeah, man. Dude, that's powerful, man.
Very.
That's a powerful story. That's awesome, man.
If I could be real quick.
Yeah, you're good, Diamond.
Sean, the way you feel about the whole thing, that's amazing. I've heard so many interviews with different musicians, not just here, but NPR, different podcasts I listen to, and a lot of times everybody just has the same answer: is Well, during COVID, I took the time to write songs, and I mean that's beautiful too. But you know, you had something to deal with, and I think that's amazing too. And your honesty, it makes me feel a little better about how I had to handle it all too. I don't know if that made sense, but thank you.
No, that absolutely makes sense, man. I appreciate you saying that. It's you know, I don't know, man. I like, I get that things are, you know, to promote the album and whatnot, but like, to be honest, man, like the album's about finding yourself. And I know that even that's a cliche thing to say, but like, you know, at 33 here, I am trying to figure out who I am, and I'm wrestling with who I'm seeing in the mirror. And so, you know, it's a very real thing. And so, you know, we not to be that guy who points back to another one of our songs or whatever, but like,
please,
we have a line in one of our songs from our second record that's a quote from one of our buddies, Seth Webster, who plays in a band called O Sleeper. But he told me the only originality is honesty. And I just thought that is just right. like it hit me like a ton of bricks. And like, you know, I think that that's something super important. And so if I came in here and said, yeah, man, we made the best use of the pandemic, blah, blah, blah. There was no like agoraphobia. There was no like fear of social interaction now or whatever else. If I can, that'd be somebody else. That's not me, man. I didn't have a good time.
But your honesty touches me. Thank you.
No,
yeah, man.
Well,
we love
listening, man. That's super rad.
Open, be honest, and you know, just lay it out as it really is. You know, life's too short for bullshit. You know.
Amen.
We're not therapists. I'm sorry if it gets weird.
No,
we
man,
appreciate the honesty.
Hey, man, I'm here for the weird. I'm weird. I got the weird too, so it's all good.
I got some pictures for you.
Speaking of weird,
have you seen the picture he's got of me? He made a magic card of me.
Did he really? That's sick.
I did. Yeah, we got magic cards of everybody involved here, and this is our good old buddy Diamondz.
Oh my God! I'll be your Huckleberry.
I've said it a couple times.
That's amazing. That looks legit. Have you gotten it printed?
Not that one, but I've gotten that one printed.
You should get
Search
another
deck
one
for a co-host creature. That's
so
awesome.
I take it you play.
I've played a handful of times. It's been like probably a decade now, but our old guitar player used to play Magic pretty religiously. So
nice. You said just came out based on Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm all nerding out, man.
That's sick. We have a flash of Corona the False God. Am I saying it right? In one of our music videos from our first record. So nice. There's roots there.
So who do you think would be the nerdiest member of the band? You?
100%. Maybe our bass player.
What puts you in the running?
What puts me in the running?
Oh yeah.
I mean, a long list of fantasy series that I love reading. Let's see. I mean, I don't know if it's like a nerdy thing, but I mean, I built my own PC. Love playing video games.
That's cool nowadays.
Right. Like it's like not really, it doesn't have the, you know, whatever stigma to it that it like used to.
Nerd
but
you want it to be like nerd is subjective, man. It's like whatever you're super into. No. It just means that you're passionate about something.
Right. And I don't mind it. Even with like the negative, like how it used to have like the negative connotation. I don't mind it, but but yeah.
Deep breaths. Can I just say the amazing facial hair on both sides of me right now? You guys got it going on.
It's very red. You're surrounded by red right now. You know, at least on my screen.
Why does it grow in?
Run as fast as you can. You can't shave me. I'm the ginger beard man.
Nice.
I can show you where I got more hair, but I don't think you guys want to see it.
Diamonds.
God.
I tried fire. The diamond lady said fire, and I tried it. It did not work very well.
Yeah. Do you know who Diamondz is?
Diamondz?
Yeah. She's
no.
Well, we had her on. She starts talking about somebody from like, don't quote me on this. I think it was maybe Hinder. I don't know. Somebody lit their balls on fire, man.
So I tried it. It was horrible. The hair doesn't burn the way the other hair burns. It's bad. It's not a good. Don't do it. I didn't use any kind of flammable. So
I appreciate the warning. I wasn't gonna try it though. Holy, oh my God. That sounds bad. Yo, did you go to the hospital?
No, I got a vet on hand.
A vet?
Yeah, she lives with me. She's my wife.
Oh, okay.
She didn't know though. I did not tell her. I'm not gonna send her this. No, she'd be like, "You dumbass." Let me rub some Silvadene on it. Oh, stop, please. I'll do it myself.
Oh God.
I don't know what's wrong with me. That's how I met this guy.
Dude.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a brave thing, man. That's a brave thing to do that.
I thought Sturvin would appreciate
rock
it.
Stars are doing it, you know. You want to be a real rock star.
I'm not a rock star. I only played reggae.
Speaking of which, if you could play any other genre of music, what genre would it be, Sean?
Ska.
You know what?
That's
Diamondz has lost his screen privilege. You're in timeout, Diamondz.
Oh man, that was awesome. That was some but no,
it was
not ska. I'm sorry. I mean, I gotta, you know, my real answer is like Jimmy World type bands, man.
Ooh, Jew, baby.
That's my favorite band, man. So,
dude, so you're screaming and singing?
Yeah.
Man, you got a great voice. I
really
love it. I love it. I'm lying, dude. All of it, everything I listen to. I'm like, okay, so he's screaming. That's not my thing, but I appreciate it. Everything's really talented. And then you start singing. I'm like, dude's got a voice, and now I appreciate everything else even more. I love it.
That's awesome.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of like Mastodon, but like the technicality is what I really appreciate. But you've got everything going on. I love the band. It's impressive. I love it.
Sick. Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for what you make.
Dude,
you at least made 2 new fans today, Sean, so you're doing something.
Awesome. Dude, that's awesome, man. Hey, thank you guys.
So I'm gonna tell everybody.
So, God, Diamondz. Yeah,
dude, eventually I'm going to have a room where I have all the records of everybody we interview behind me. Because I've already got the Venues album coming. I got the everything else coming. Everything. I want a whole wall behind me of the folks because I love everybody we talk to. It's incredible. It's beautiful people. I love it. Thank you for having me here.
You're welcome, Diamondz, and thank you for being here, Sean. Have you got anything that you'd like to say to the fans, or anything specifically on your mind before we start closing this out?
I mean,
but it's a little late, and I have a 3-year-old next door that needs to go to bed.
I got you.
I'm not 3.
I got a 3-year-old taking a nap in there. So, but well, awesome, man. No, just thanks for having me on. Record The Fire Itself comes out August 27th on Solid State Records. We feel like people old and new to the band, will enjoy it. And, the main point of the record is to get people to feel, we're not in this eternal make things heavier than anybody else type of thing. We just want to write good music and hopefully connect with people on the way.
Awesome, man. Glad to hear it. I almost forgot, dude. You got merch? Plug it. You got anything like that? Plug it, man.
Okay. Yeah. We're on Instagram. When you spell our name, spell it with the extra H. It's
all the links are in the
description.
Get you some merch. Pre-order that new album.
Pre-orders
coming out. Listen to them on Spotify. Do whatever you can. Help these guys out, man.
You're a beautiful artist. Thank you.
And
you're a beautiful dude. Thank you.
The Confound Millennial, starring Steven Sturvin, Michael, and Ryan Diamondz, featuring Sean from Phinehas.